In achieving any goal in life, it is imperative to create a clear thought process. There are a few necessary questions to ask yourself prior to goal development. Such questions include: what do you want to accomplish? What steps are necessary to achieving this goal, and what obstacles are out there to impede you from succeeding? Roughly 25 years ago, I had to make an ultimate decision, one that would affect me long term. I was faced with accepting my position as a child born into poverty, or to change my situation by striving for better opportunities. At the time, my parents were not fortunate enough to acquire a formal Western education, and poverty was a well-known friend. As a result of my childhood struggles, my daily thoughts were, how can I change my current situation? My thoughts were clear and focused. I was not thinking of anything else. I needed to change my way of existing because I was extremely tired. I desired to live and not just exist. I'd had enough of witnessing my parents' diligent work, yet they still struggled to provide 3 daily meals for the family. Ultimately, I became embedded in my thoughts of creating a better reality. And before I knew it, those thoughts had manifested in my everyday life. Every second, even subconsciously, I thought of how I could end poverty in my family. As a result, everything about me started to change. I began to strategize with the end result in mind. Eventually, with hard work, determination, and following my proven steps, I did succeed in ending poverty in my family. Your focus will be enhanced and targeted on your goal/decision needing to be made. Why? Because your mind identifies it as very important to you. You will become so immersed in the thought process that you will seek to find the necessary resources to achieve your goal. The best part of this process is that others will be able to see these thoughts and changes within you, such as how you talk, walk, smile, and the new focus you carry. In the end, upon developing clarity of thought, you can start the process of goal setting. Having a thought-focused mindset and incorporating your ideas into an action plan will build the foundation necessary to reach your desired goal. Below are steps that you can follow to achieve your goal. 1. Identify your goal. In this stage, you have to identify a goal you want to achieve. This goal can fall under any of these categories, such as personal, professional, relationship, and financial goals. When establishing this goal, you should be as clear as possible, pinpointing the beginning and the end of the goal. As Stephen Covey said, have the end in mind. You must see the end of where you are going before even starting the journey. Imagine and visualize the goal with details and possible barriers. Try to draw and write it down exactly the way you see it. During the process, don't edit, just write it down as your mind creates it, while being as detailed as possible. Don't remove any statement from your writing. It may look funny, but the idea is to not interrupt your thought process. Just put it down the way it is. 2. Visible and attainable. Once you have successfully identified your goal and recorded the efforts, the next step is to analyze whether the goal is visible and attainable. Sincerity is very important at this stage. Remember, sincerity leads to prosperity. You are the only one that can ascertain if this goal or idea will be a success, and believing in your goal will ensure others do as well. This stage gave me numerous challenges 25 years ago while analyzing if my goals were visible and attainable. My identified goal was to attend school abroad in the United States. My parent couldn't afford to send me due to financial barriers. My family was not even guaranteed daily meals. I wrote and drew diagrams of my goal. My mind showed me the progressive journey and the challenges that would arise along the way. This was very mind-blowing, because I never believed my mind was capable of such a task. This is why it's vital not to edit during the writing process. 3. Keep it personal. This is the most delicate stage. Once you have clarity of thought, established your goal, and analyzed to see how visible and attainable the goal is, then you should ensure it's personal. However, you can share it with a confidant. In my case, I told my parents. But guess what? They didn't believe that I could achieve my goal. Not because they didn't love and support me, It was primarily because none of my family has attended school abroad. Even if they did, believe me, my parents couldn't afford the accommodations. So to them, I wasn't making sense. At the time, I was just a 5-year-old kid. Sharing a wishful thought, I communicated my goal of attending school abroad with my friends. I told them exactly how I would accomplish my goal, specific to my age, ampersand date. I was very detailed. They laughed and said I've watched too many American movies. They never believed me. Interestingly enough, I wasn't discouraged. Rather, I became more determined to prove to them that I'll make this goal happen, which I eventually did. If you haven't already, you can still achieve your goals and dreams. As Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So start taking advantage of this powerful tool, your mind, which the Creator has gifted to you. Regardless of your age and situation, you can dream and set goals anytime. It is never too late. Follow these proven steps, and before you know it, your goal is right in front of you.